Hi everyone, my name is Courtney and welcome back to the Healing Out Loud podcast. So for this episode today, I want to dive more into being sober curious, being sober, just sobriety in itself. As of yesterday, I am 1 week sober from alcohol. I wasn't necessarily an alcoholic. I didn't drink every single day, but it was definitely more days than I needed to be drinking, and sometimes it would be on the weekdays. I just think if you're going to drink, you need to be responsible about it. It needs to be in moderation, because when I would drink, it would not be in moderation. Like, I couldn't have 1 or 2 drinks and be okay. I would have to have the whole fucking box of Trulies, White Claws, whatever the hell I was drinking. I had to have multiple. Like, at least minimum 5. And I'm not joking. At all. I have been sober curious for probably 2 or 3 years. I've been trying to quit. And I just failed every time. Like, I'd get to the 2 or 3 month mark and then go right back to drinking, which is not a problem for most people, but if you're anything like me, it is a problem. Let's start on when I started drinking. So, I didn't really drink before I was 21. I tried things here and there, but I never, got drunk. I think the first time I ever got drunk was 3 or 4 months after I turned 21. I think that was the moment where I was like, that was kind of fun. But not the blacking out part and throwing up everywhere. It was before it hit that point. After that, I didn't really drink as much. I would drink here and there, but I definitely wasn't drinking it every day. I would say a year or 2 after I turned 21, I really started to drink all the time. I would drink after work every single day. On the weekends, I would get totally smashed because I knew that I didn't have to work. So my breaking point, the first time I wanted to go sober, was at my sister-in-law's birthday. So we went on a kayaking trip, and I was going through a breakup. It was one of my first relationships ever, and I remember I just felt the lowest I've ever felt in a very long time, and I felt like that in order for me to be fun, I would just have to drink a lot. And I know that sounds stupid, but I was very insecure and very depressed basically after that breakup, because I felt like that I would never find that kind of love ever again, even though that love was very toxic. So I was definitely wrong about that. So it was her birthday, and I had poured a whole bottle of vodka into this tumbler kind of thing, and I ended up drinking most of it while we were kayaking. And also, it was very hot outside. It was 100 degrees, I swear. I don't know how hot it was, but it was very hot. And I just remember waking up in the hospital, and I remember everyone there saying that I blacked out. And I'm not going to get too into detail because I just don't want to share that information on here, but I got told that I blacked out. And the way that I felt in the hospital was awful, because I felt so embarrassed, and I felt defeated, like I had let it win in a way. It just, I don't know, it made me feel some type of way. So after that whole incident, being in the hospital for drinking too much and blacking out, I took a break for about 3 months, and I was very proud of myself because I was like, wow, I did it. But I will say, those 3 months were very depressing. I was in bed most of the time, and it just wasn't fun. There was nothing fun about it. And my wife now, she was trying to help me get through it, and it was not good. So eventually I picked up drinking again after that. I was fine for a little bit, a lot of weight gain. I had a lot of ups and downs with my weight, depending on how I drank. There was a lot of weight gain, and you could tell. Like, my face was puffy, my body was puffy. Every time I'd walk at my job for a long time, my ankles would swell. It just wasn't good. And then there came a point where it was Easter, and I think this was one of the most embarrassing things that has ever happened to me, but I want to share my story because I feel like people need to understand how bad it can get. It was Easter. I was at my mom's house and her husband, and there was a friend there, a friend of the family, and he had dabs. It's not funny, but it is funny, because, like, what the fuck, Courtney? Anyways, he had dabs, and I was already drinking, okay? I was already drunk at this point, because I thought that every holiday I had to just get fucking plastered. I don't know why, but that's just what I thought. And I hit the dab, and it was, like, black from there. Like, I don't remember anything that happened. All I remember is waking up the next day in my mom's bed with completely different clothes on. And then that's when my wife kind of caught me up on everything, and she was like, yeah, you blacked out. She said, you blacked out, and they basically had to give you a shower. So my mom and my stepdad had to give me a shower. And I think that's still one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. But it's what you get for being stupid. So it's no one's fault but mine. But that was really bad. So then I took a break from drinking again. Okay, I was like, oh, that's awful. And I was very depressed, very sad. It made me very embarrassed and sad. So I took a break. And then I started drinking again. Started hanging out with friends a lot. Getting probably the most wasted out of everybody. Because I don't know how to drink 1 or 2 drinks. I go from 1 to 12. And then after that, it's been pretty much, I'd have random blackouts here and there. I'd be puking, pissing all over myself. There was multiple times where I'd piss all over myself because I would get so drunk. And I'm going to admit that. This is my experience. This is what I dealt with. This is why I'm sober. So you're going to hear it, okay? It was just embarrassing. Like, I don't know why I continued to keep doing it, but I did. Now, I wasn't an alcoholic, but it's a very addictive thing, okay? I truly believe it's an addiction. And I stand by that. I don't care who feels any type of way about it. Alcohol is very addictive. That's just what it is. So I remember I made the decision to go sober. I posted about it. I got into running and working out a lot. I started running 5Ks. I was so proud of myself. I think this was the best I'd ever been in like a decade. Well, it lasted about 2 months. Almost 3, I think. And then I was like, okay, like, I don't feel fun anymore. People are going to think I'm lame. It was all in my head. It's all me. Let's be honest. It's no one else but me. I have the most amazing support system around me. So it's not them. It's me. It's all in here. So I picked it up again. I started drinking again. I felt like I couldn't go to any social setting, a birthday party, anything, without drinking. I don't know. I was very disappointed in myself when I did it this time. I tried to get sober again after summer was over, and it lasted about 6 weeks. And then I went to a concert where a bunch of friends were at, and I broke it because I didn't want to feel lame. And that was recently. That was like a few months ago. And now here I am, back to 1 week sober as of yesterday. I think I'm more confident in myself with it this time. I would have people tell me, you posted about this, but not, I see you drinking. It's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I'm healing. It's the whole point of this podcast. I eventually will get back to feeling confident, to working out, to running my 5Ks. I eventually want to run a marathon, but obviously if I keep drinking, I'm never going to get there. If I keep this habit up, I'm never going to get where I want to be. But I wanted to make this podcast, you could start over 1,000 times, but you're still trying, and that's all that matters. You're still wanting better for yourself. Like, there's something still there in the back of your head saying, I want better for myself. And I think that is awesome. I think you should be proud of yourself for wanting to try and wanting to start over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. I've started over so many times. I mean, literally, I'm on week 1 again. How many times have I been on week 1? Like 6 times. Whether you're day 1, day 100, 1 year, 10 years. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you for doing this today, standing your ground, and sharing your journey with everyone, because I think there's nothing more brave than sharing your journey and sharing exactly what you go through. I could give less of a fuck how anybody feels about my journey, to be honest. It's for me, it's not for anybody else, but I'm choosing to share it. So with sobriety, you don't have to be an alcoholic to want to do sobriety. You don't have to drink every single day. It could be anywhere from binge drinking to drinking more than a couple drinks at a time. It could be anything. You choosing to go sober does not mean that you have to be an alcoholic before you choose to go sober. Because I for sure wasn't an alcoholic. Did it seem like that with my stories? Yeah. But I wasn't. I wasn't drinking every single day. I could go a whole week without drinking. Obvi. I'm doing it right now. But I think it's just choosing to not let that have any part of your life again is what makes you sober. Not letting it win. There's a lot of side effects to alcohol. It causes depression and anxiety. It causes health issues. It makes you not present. I'm doing it because I want to be more present. I have this fog over me when I drink. It's like I'm sleeping in, or I'm always sleeping. I get very depressed even though I'm on medication, which, if I had any advice to give out, please do not drink when you're on medication, okay? Because it only makes it worse. It's not good for you, and it probably cancels out the medicine. It doesn't make it work, if I had to guess, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I wouldn't recommend it. If you take a deep dive into Google, okay, because I'm like a Google freak. If you take a deep dive into Google and see how much alcohol can actually affect your body, and we're all putting it in there and normalizing this shit, it kind of makes us look stupid. I think it's super important also that you have supportive people around you when you're choosing to go sober. If you're worried about going into social settings with this stuff, I would recommend finding a fun drink to have with you when you do this kind of stuff, because it won't make you feel so left out. I personally have tried Hi-O's. I like them. I only drink like 1 or 2. And it has me very relaxed, and it just puts me in a better mood. It doesn't make you feel drunk or anything. It doesn't give you a buzz. But it feels good. It's nice. Also, with quitting alcohol, the sugar cravings are insane. So you have to be careful, because sugar can also make you puffy and gain weight. So just be careful. Because right now I'm loving sugar. I just think that it's not worth it to ruin sobriety, even if you're on day 1. Like, I just don't think it's worth it to ruin your sobriety just for one night or for one event. It's just not worth it. It's hard when you're trying to be sober and you're trying to find hobbies. That's another thing I want to get into. I have started diamond paintings with my wife, and I've also been deep into like arts and crafts and stuff. It's just been keeping my mind off of it. It also helps with TikTok too, and I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, TikTok. I don't care. I like TikTok, okay? I love TikTok. I think the support system on TikTok is amazing. I think finding people who are in the same boat as you and can relate, it's just very like heartwarming. I don't know. It's like you're not the only one. It's just awesome. I think everyone's journey is different. And I would love for more people to message me or to go on my TikTok and let me follow you just to like watch your journey, because I think it's awesome and I'm proud of you. And it takes a very brave human to step into something like that. I also want to say that like this episode about sobriety is also a rebrand for me. For the next year, I want to make it a goal of mine to not drink at all next year. At all. I'm very excited to start the new year. Fresh start. I did start sobriety early, but I'm excited to start the new year with a fresh start and just do the damn thing. I just want to wish everyone a happy new year, and you're not alone. This is Healing Out Loud, and I cannot wait to talk to you next time. Love you, bye.